And he took this decision to come out in 1986. I don't know. Oh, okay. And we have with us Urmi Jadhav, whom you saw in the trailer of Breaking Free, very, very leading transgender activist, very vocal about her rights. And she works with Humsafar Trust on advocacy issues, especially among transgender community. And we have with us, really privileged to have Mrs. Nargis Wadia, who basically is an advertising professional. She started the first, she was the first woman to start an advertising agency. And she also is the mother of Riyad Wadia, late Riyad Wadia, and Roy Wadia. Riyad Wadia is a filmmaker. The first filmmaker who made a film on a gay subject called Gay Bombay. Bomb Gay, and also Roy Wadia, who is a communication specialist. So thank you so much for joining us. Now I'm going to come there and talk to you. Basically, what we saw in the two films has been a very challenging situation, whether it's in Uganda or in India. I mean, this particular Breaking Free trailer was made a little earlier, so it's not been updated with the latest what happened in December, So also, what we want to really talk about is, there's always this debate about law versus society, You just feel that, okay, there's something, the legal issue here, but the legal, basically most of the, when you talk to the judges or something, they say the society is not ready for it. Society, is not ready. They don't understand it's against our culture. Whereas the same thing, society says it's illegal, so how can we accept you? So, it's like a back and forth, it's a chicken and egg story, and that's what I really want to bring across here, talk about it. So, Ashok, just you have been kind of working in terms of rights issue and health issues for so long, Now, of course, we're all very happy in 2009 when the Delhi High Court, gave a verdict. But now with the Supreme Court thing, how difficult things have become, and what do you see,
I'll just explain the pros and cons, It's not the same as before 2009. Let's be very clear about that. Too many people have come out. A lot of water has flown down the river. And when 2009, we saw it as a personal victory, as a victory for us, for the community, for that even our sexual rights are human rights. That was it. And after that, the whole battlefront has widened. Parents, for example, at the Humsafar Trust, the number of telephone calls that are coming now are 5-fold. That means we are getting more than 5 times the number of calls, but mostly from parents this time. And the parents are saying things like, we are worried about our children. Can our children be arrested, just because they are gay? The brothers and sisters of gay and LGBT siblings are calling up and saying, do you think our brother or sister could be arrested for being like this? So the focus has shifted slightly because more people are now involved in this battle. Civil society, it's not easy. If you saw the reactions to the Supreme Court judgment, they were not just from within the community. They were from a wide section of society saying that this is wrong. How can they get into our community? I remember when the Supreme Court judgment, I was in Delhi, and I was staying with an old lady as a paying guest, for the 3 or 4 days that we were there. And she was so angry, even though she was a straight woman. She had a family in India, very, very middle-class Punjabi woman. And she said, this is a statement, this verdict is nonsense. The judge doesn't know what he's talking about. How can he get into the bedroom and say that this is wrong? That Section 377 is correct. We do not believe that it is correct. Our culture will never tolerate this. How can he get into our private life? So it's very interesting. It's no more the LGBT community alone that is fighting this battle. So this is the pros and cons. The minus point is, I'll give you a little instance. Humsafar Trust has got a project going on in the Wadala slums, working among transgender, Shan. And it's very interesting that they have worked for years and years. It's a project working with the Hijra community in Wadala, who are mostly doing sex work along the tracks there on the harbor line. And we had sensitized all the gundas, all the extortionists, to work within the community. Now you can imagine the gundas are telling our this outreach workers, do you realize that this section 370, what you're doing is wrong? The gundas are telling us that what we're doing is wrong, and they're now gone back to beating the hijras. So you see, all the work that the hijra outreach worker had done within that community has come to one big zero. So we've gone back. In many things, it's a throwback. A lot of people are afraid. For example, the Humsafar Trust also works on workplace interventions, like with, I won't take the names of the IT companies, BPO companies, and we have got what are called inclusion factors. You know, what do you require in place in your workplace?